Hi everyone, welcome back to this series of project management key concepts from the project management body of knowledge. This one is reserve analysis and burn down charts in your project. Now what do we mean by reserve analysis? Well, it's used to determine the amount of contingency and management reserves needed for the project or remaining for the project. So as you know, contingency reserves are within the cost baseline. So we've got all of our work packages and activities. They're added up, the cost is added up to give us that cost baseline. And then on top of that, and in those activities, we have any contingency reserves, just in case, for any risks that we do know about or have analysed. Now, on top of that, we put the management reserves. That might be a certain percentage or just a little bit extra, depending on the organisation that you're working in. And that's for any unknown things that we might come across our project. So we have not planned for these, and that's a little bit of a management reserve just in case those things happen. So we need to know, with those reserves, do we have enough to complete our project? So reserve analysis compares the amount of contingency reserves remaining to the amount of risk remaining at any time in the project in order to determine if the remaining reserve is adequate. Now, a contingency reserve for the project might include amounts of time, money, or resources to be used, people or systems or things that we need to get our project complete. So this might be communicated using various graphical representations, including a burn down chart. So here's an example of a burn down chart, and the reason we're showing this is we can clearly see the difference for the reserves that we need. So the first one on the bottom here is what we had planned. So that's what we planned, and we'd planned to get it in 10 days time. But as you can see, we're tracking over here on the top a little bit later. So we're tracking, and it's quite likely if we keep going at this speed that we will be finished in 11 to 12 days. So now we know that there's a bit of a gap there, and we might actually need to use some of that contingency reserve to get the project complete. And that's the benefit of using a graphical representation so that everyone can see what's going on. And that's also the benefit of doing reserve analysis in your project.